Sziasztok, Anka vagyok, ez pedig a ReFantazio végig játszása, ahol éppen arra készülünk, hogy a következő nap elhagyjuk a várost, a járművel, amit Hulkenberg szerzett nekünk, és nem tűnt túl magabiztosnak abban, hogy sokáig fogja bírni ez a jármű, de meglátjuk. Yep. Kíváncsi vagyok, hogy Moore hagyja minket ma aludni. Rest well, thank you. Igyekszem. És úgy tűnik, hogy igen.
Can I come in?
Ó, persze, te bármikor.
Want to read some more?
Not today.
Ó,
You're all leaving tomorrow, right?
yep.
I'll be cheering for you. So I just...
Öleld meg!
Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
De...
Oh, it's all right. You don't have to worry.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said.
Yep,
And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it?
igyekszünk.
Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise?
Pinky promise?
The next time I see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Ó, ez egy quest. Amiért ételt kapunk cserébe. Ó.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Ó, nagyon népszerű vagyok ma. De az biztos, hogy ezek után visszajövünk. Bármibe is kerüljön.
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
Don't worry about it.
'Tis kind of you to say. But that book... We met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
Yep.
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. You needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you.
Hát a herceg adta, úgyhogy még jó.
I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents.
Huh.
Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two?
Hogyne, ha te nem bánod, hogy félúton elalszunk majd.
So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Nem aludtunk el közben. Vagy csak Hulkenberg nem vette észre, hogy elaludtunk közben. Cutscene. Az már aztán hajmennyiség.
Lady Juna!
Faraway sky, blue and clear. Echo my wish, so that all may hear. One and all born to this land, as here we stand. Let us greet the rising dawn, hand in hand. Faraway sky, blue and white. Faraway sky so clear. Let my wish echo. What's that soul? Far beyond the shore.
Már ezért megérte eljönni a megnyitóra.
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Alterbury Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78th Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Sure.
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race?
Az összes.
Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, crier! Where's Count Louise?
All right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Okay.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Egyetértek.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
Nem igazán tudom, mire számítottunk.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
Yep. Ez várható volt.
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
Igen, de a járművünk nem, vagy...
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
Oh, wow!
A land runner?
It's quick!
Wait, it's headed right for the...
It'll crash!
Oops! Megérkezett.
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What hell? Isn't he a marvel, chums?
You dolt! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you buffoon. 'Twas bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
Ja, mi se tudtunk róla, de...
Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on!
Biztonságos ez a cucc?
So fast! We'll get blown up!
De segíts Karikának! Come on! Oh, wow. Szegény Karika, még ezek után sem kezdtünk vele semmit, csak simán kapaszkodik az életéért. Wow. I ended up standing out more than I expected. I've gained a lot of interest, but I only consider this a part of my mission to aid the prince.
Just a sec.
Oh, what's with this thing? Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Oh, hi! Shall I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much. You're just as crazy as this runner. I take the compliment, little lady. Now let's have some coordinates for a little test run. Test run? What is happening right now?
Let's see.
We wanna go to a place called Martirába, Old Castle Town, I think. Should be a way south. Négy nap? Okay. Verdant Camp, Rogdan Camp, Desert Camp.
This place here.
Okay.
Wow!
Yeah, okay, Martirába. Here it is. Down to Martirába, eh? On these crashed legs. Oh, I'd say this will be 4 days, 3 nights about.
Oh.
4 days and 3 nights? That's a great deal faster than a carriage. And surely the roads will be safer at that kind of speed. Belly good. Now, catch those British chaps. Full steam ahead to Martirába, Old Castle Town. Oh god.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft.
És kimondottan fancy belülről. Wow.
I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you used to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Fuck! I'm not in this for the money, boy.
Akkor mégis mit szeretnél?
What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one.
Thank you. Mikor kapom meg tőled a Gunner archetype-ot?
Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neuras. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
Oh, wow.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable. Neuras? Are you there? I'm coming in.
Oops.
Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions, no time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage?
Oh.
Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But, pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
Mit csináltál vele?
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it! Off with you now, leave me be!
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince?
Valahogy úgy érzem, ennek nem így kéne kinéznie.
Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
Rakétavetők és hasonlók is vannak benne, mi?
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean.
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lone, brazen court engineer, butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the Balial runner alone.
Oké, helyén vannak a prioritások.
Look, this runner... It is fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate, for both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
Yes.
Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where last I heard? So if you're back now and... And now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
Hát nem igazán tud undercover közlekedni,
I
ez
know what
biztos.
you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Hogy a személyről volt szó, nem pedig a járműről. Ups.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world.
Ooh.
I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And
Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
If we die together.
I think we can count on him.
If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices.
Fair.
We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brilehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Well, ha úgy nézzük, ő is egy szörnyeteg, mert gyerekeket rabolt és adott el, szóval...
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention.
Ez is igaz.
Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
Nem tökéletes, de...
I trust all of you completely.
Good enough for me. A captain's got to trust his crew, after all. The bounty's Heismate, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet... 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Strohl.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Oh.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Csak ne fogunk túlságosan elfáradni abban, hogy körbenézünk.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
Yeah. Kénytelenek leszünk. Szükségünk van arra az archetípusra. The Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities such as the strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit Academia by finding more and interacting with him. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look around on your way there.
Oh yeah?
I've never been in a Gauntlet Runner. Kind of want to see what the engine room's like. Engine room? Oh, kis kapszulákban alszunk. Oké. Backdeck. Whoa!
What's this?
Beneath this cloth there seems to be a big barrel. I wonder what it's used for. Vagy puskapúr, vagy alkohol. Ennyi. Wow! Okay. Madár! Whoa, this is quite the gauntlet runner, though the driver makes me a little nervous. See? Ez nagyon király. There are a lot of books lined up. Yep. Okay. They are too technical for me to understand. These books are a mess. We should clean this up at some point. Okay. Hulkenberg said that most things are edible if you put them over a fire, but is that really true? Mivel fogunk kísérletezni? You have to wash your dishes properly, but being that water's a precious resource, that actually goes double. Okay. It's soaked with food suitable for a long journey. I would prefer to cook it first before eating it. Oké, akkor főzőcskézni is tudunk majd. Country! Mit tartunk a kamrában? Oh. There's some bitter meat and red grass. I wonder who left them there. I could use this for cooking. Neat. Oh, szintén pantry. Washroom. Wow, so this room's made for bathing. Can we really just hop in mid-ride and take a real bath? No, that I could get used to. I call first it. Hey, mi voltunk itt először. Were you just going to stride up and strip nude? Strohl, where do you think you are? Unacceptable.
Really?
It's a bathing room. Out to mention, no running water yet. Working on it. Aww, unacceptable. Again. Not now. There are more pressing matters at hand. Yep. Itt jártunk. Itt megyünk fel a deckre. Oh. Hi. Nagyon király. Hogy megyünk vissza? Ott, oké. Watchtower. Oh. Carriage can begin to compete with the gauntlet runner speed. I suppose they've early reputation. That I'm in constant fear of losing my lunch is far from ideal, but once I'm used to it, I'm sure the journey will be pleasant. Nem fogjuk elenni. Ne aggódj. The runner makes a smooth ride at least. Eccentricities aside, he's certainly earned his title as court engineer. That said, I'm more concerned with its unseen workings. I do hope he hasn't made any dubious additions. Erre azért nem vennék mérget. Massive door. Cockpit appears to be... Mind the rope, lad. Wouldn't want you going overboard. The door must lead to the end of the gauntlet runner. It's locked tightly to prevent accidental entry. Fine. Oh. Washing machine. A machine that does laundry handmade by Neuras. Seems there's nothing in it at the moment. És beletehetünk valamit? Vagy majd, soon. Wow!
This?
Wonder what makes this thing run.
Hello?
First time on a gauntlet runner, eh? Yeah. Oh, that scared me. Looks like that pipe's in here too. Call the runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old curve's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magla crystals as fuel to run, you see. Used to be you take your life in your hands when you travel the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beasts, made for zero momentum loss even on the roughest terrain. Okay. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed. Another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl, de hát imádsz beszélni. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Szóval, van 4 napunk és 3 éjszakánk. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Okay. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl, that's a work in progress, but by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You just watch. It will be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. You will continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available over time. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling, which may help to improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. Thank you. A magic igniter, enormous compared to those used by the army. If I recall correctly, it uses magla crystals as fuel. Okay. I've never seen an igniter like this before. Oh boy. Erre semmi.
This?
Doing laundry will take my mind off things, increasing my maximum manát. Okay.
Come on.
This weird tool is actually a cleaning igniter that Neuras modified to create wind that collects dust. Pretty nifty. I know it's hard, but all the lifting and bending over sure to strengthen your legs, yeah? Wow. Neuras's research desk. This must be where new inventions are born. Some unique items are lined up here. Neuras's personal belongings, I think. az egy nyuszi szemüveg a szívecskés mögött? Oké, remélem cserélgeti majd őket és változik a portréja. There's a fluffy bag that's perfect for sitting on. If I sat on it, I don't think I'd be able to move. I've never smelled this fragrance before. I can't tell whether it's used for food or for fuel. Hi, Moore. Nem? Erre már nincsen semmi? Erre már csak te? Hi, Moore.
Now, where was I?
I feel Moore's presence. Egyébként is van egy archetípus, amit állokoltunk.
Well.
I sense the presence of a new archetype. Might I see them if you've a mind to show me? Hi, Plato.
Welcome.
Hi. Ez volt? Merchant. Armies with cash-fueled almighty skills. It can increase battle rewards to provide out-of-combat support. Almighty skills, you say? Wow. Wow. Hero's passive. Chance of winning a small sum of money each time an enemy is stunned or defeated in overworld combat. Nice. Deals weak, physical, almighty damage to one enemy, high critical rate. És pénzbe kerül. Nem manába, oké, lucky fine. Increases likelihood of receiving items after battles by 20%, nice. Increases effects of consumables by 1,2%. Increases further if the... Okay. Fire dodge, that's nice. De steals magic from one enemy. Wow! Milyen szintézisek? Ops, vannak. Removes nearly all beneficial effects from all enemies. Awesome. Low hit rate. Okay. Oops.
I see.
Ó, ez egy lakat rajta? Menő.
Fascinating. This right here.
Its heroic embodiment is that of the prudent arbitrator who bridges the gaps between others, fostering new values and new places of belonging. 2500, okay.
I'm counting on you.
That is the power.
Of course.
Yep, so be it. If two are prepared to disavow martial might and support society from within the shadow of coin, I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the merchant.
Really?
Wow.
Oh.
I see the number of archetypes you've studied has grown. Grown. I am very pleased. Thank you. Oh, here's fruit.
I found new power.
Ah, te használod az abakuszt. Oké. Okay. Jó. Igen, ő megtanulta a brawlert. A healer, nincsen seeker, itt van mage. Strohlnál van a warrior, knight, nincs brawler, nincs merchant, de van seeker és nincs mage, akkor valószínűleg bele fogjuk megtanulni merchantet.
I see. Fascinating.
Itt vele
This
is.
right here, all right?
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Yeah.
The soul of the merchant. No fight is truly won without money, so I use its power responsibly. To think such power exists in our world, I have much to learn about life. Oh! Thank you. Nagyon sok itemet kapunk. Mystical scrolls.
It's conceivable. Adieu.
Oké, reméltem, hogy lesz benne valami új. Mindegy.
What now?
Elég sok olyan itemünk van. Fel tudjuk-e húzni 20-asra a warriort? Nem. Nem, ez így nem lesz meg, de közelebb vagyunk hozzá, legalább. Oké, bye.
Oh. You'll come.
És kimossuk a ruhánkat, hát eltűnnek róla a szürke foltok.
Understood.
Someone else's laundry is in here. I'll go get them and they can do laundry with us. Okay.
Now then.
You've got to keep the water at a consistent temperature to avoid staining the clothing. Huh? Why am I a master of laundry, you ask? Because my parents practically beat it into me. Igen. Any noble who can't wash his own clothes isn't worth the fabric he wears. Egyre szimpatikusabbak a szüleid? Or something to that effect. I had to learn all about different materials. In hindsight, I think they were trying to teach me not to take advantage of my title. Wisdom that still serves me to this day.
Nonetheless.
The more time that passes, the more I understand how great my parents were. Igen. Igen, ez olyasmi, amit ha megért, akkor általában egy bizonyos idő után ért meg az ember. Igen. Három teljes manapontot kaptunk érte? Hát az nem volt sok. I also found some money in the washing machine. Okay. Must have gotten mixed in with the laundry. Well, it's not mine, I don't think. Why don't you just hold on to it? Okay. Oh! Jó, ez akkor így megérte. After trying everything thoroughly, we finished the laundry.
The gauntlet runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the gauntlet runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Oh, cozy. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced in darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart gauntlet runner. Instead, establishing camp somewhere safe, you can resume your travels the next morning. While at an encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the gauntlet runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. Give it a try. 3 days until we reach Martirába. Our first time camping in the gauntlet runner. I'm kinda excited, but it will be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with someone? Okay. There are insects gathering by the campfire. Oh, apparently you can eat these bugs. No thank you. Well, according to Hulkenberg anyway. No thank you. I should try and catch one. Nope. Okay. I caught one of the bugs gathered by the campfire. When it's my turn to cook, I should use it as an ingredient. Nope. Ha rajtam múlik, nem fogjuk.
Your thoughts?
Oh, how was the try day? Smooth as butter, luxurious as a palace, awe-inspiring, tear-jerking? Absolutely. This ran as such a guilty pleasure. Though credit where is due, my tinkering certainly helped make her what she is. Though full disclosure, that's all thanks to a little mechanism I whipped together that keeps her legs from sinking into the dunes. Wouldn't have to worry about the terrain if she could just fly. But that's a story for another day. Off you go! Better get your 40 wings. Okay. Hi, Strohl. Doesn't seem like anybody has anything important to say. Maybe we can check in again once we're back in town. Oh, imagination tudunk vele növelni. Okay. És merre ér Hulkenberg? Oh, veled is imagination tudunk növelni. Nice. És most... De pedig ki akartam használni, hogy Neuras nincs ott. Ups. Akkor most sem takarítjuk fel a könyveket. Ó, és ki tudja, hogy mit növel. The bookshelves is lined with interesting books. The books I could read are New World Travel Diary, Pride and Persuasion. Okay. This appears to be a fictional chronicle of a boy's journey in a fanciful place called the New World. I haven't started reading it yet. Seems like a book that'll expand the mind. Want to read it together over by the window? Sure! If I read this book, I may gain more imagination. Shall we spend some time reading this book? Yeah. A többiekkel majd beszélgetünk máskor.
Actually?
Hű, ez nagyon nem néz ki kényelmesnek. To be honest with you, I've realized something. There are so many things in this world which, very simply, I don't understand. Ezzel mindannyian így vagyunk, ne aggódj. There are so many things I've learned since we started traveling together. Same here.
That's right.
It's the same for me. You relate, huh? There's so much one needs to see firsthand to comprehend. Hey, I know this time we're traveling for our mission, but if all goes well, I want to go on another journey where I'm free to do what I want. I hear you.
That's right.
Me too. I know what you mean.
Yep.
Yes, learning about life by exploring new places, that's what I want. Because if I want to contribute further to whatever you do in the future, I'll have to keep working hard. Well, can you think of anything I can do to help you out? Teach me more. Just teaching me and telling me things is great. I'm not really all that knowledgeable though. If that's how you feel though, I'd gladly tell you every insight I have. Please do. With everything we've been through recently, I've realized that knowledge is an invaluable asset. I want to keep experiencing new wonders, so let's never stop learning together. This conversation kind of went off in a unique direction, huh? Let's keep reading the book for a bit. It describes a new world. If a place other than this really exists, I'd like to visit someday. I feel like my imagination has expanded after conjuring up various ideas together with Calico.
All right.
Wow, 4 pont! Nagyon kíváncsi vagyok, hogy Galika és a főhősünk hogyan találkozott. There's still more left to read this book. I'll pick up from here next time. Okay.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that the sleeping quarters more than exceeded your expectations. Hát reméljük senki sem klaustrofóbiás.
True.
They were better than I feared, considering how tiny they are. But I've got a question of my own. Isn't the desert sand going to do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl? Nearly a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these red dunes behind tomorrow.
I knew it!
Oh, már is elhagyjuk a simatagot? Wow, runners really are neat, aren't they? A carriage would never be able to get through the desert this fast, but just keep an eye on the road, okay, Neuras? We'll arrive in Martirába in 2 days, huh? Yep. Hát, nem lett tisztább a ruhánk. Dengít. Ó, melyik a korona? Mármint a kar, nem a korona. Courage. Courage. Ez pedig wisdom, igaz? Courage, wisdom. Történik. Ó, itt tudunk főzni. Use the gauntlet runner's cooking table to whip up some food for you and your allies. Eating prepared meals can grant a party various positive effects. To cook, you'll need ingredients. Buy them, win them, or find them lying around. Try to experiment as much as possible. After you've made every dish at least once, you may learn how to create the ultimate culinary masterpiece. Akkor muszáj lesz a bogárral főznünk. Micsoda? Whoa! Whose handwriting is that? There are notes here about new potential recipes. Az elsőt tudjuk, a második 2-t ne. Jesszusom! Want to make something? If so, we should try to have everyone teach us the culinary specialty. Let's cook. Burn, curse poison, briny salt is mellow milk, Curse status alignments for all allies. Fully restores HP for all allies. Increases crit rate for all allies. Okay. Allows one ally to endure one fatal attack with 1 HP. Increases hit rate of one attack to 100. Okay. Deal 300 almighty damage. Nice. Very nice. Melyikhez kell a bogár? Úgy látom, egyikhez sem megy előre. Okay.
Let's check.
That's the dish Strohl wanted to make. Wait here, I'll go get him. Okay, főzőcskézünk Strohl-lal.
Now then.
For as often as we simply refer to our meals as meat, something to keep in mind is where it's cut from. The taste and texture can change dramatically, you know. Each type of cut has an ideal preparation, and if you do it well, it turns out tender and delicious. Something to strive for, wouldn't you say?
Speaking of.
So what kind of cut do we have here? Oh, but never you mind, just leave this to me. Okay. Vegyetek fel kötényt, most mostuk ki a ruháinkat. Akkor mindegy. Watch your meat and adjust the heat, so it goes, although it depends on what your preference is really. It's nearly time. No! It's time! Strike now!
Alright.
Yes, not bad so far. See the juices there? There's your proof this is turning out delicious. We'll add a little something for the aroma and we're done. But just a little or it will overshadow the flavor. Okay. Amazing! Strohl and I made a delicious looking dish cooked to perfection. Mármint Strohl megfőzte, mi megnéztük. Ez történt. It's creative coney roast. Smells great, doesn't it? Now imagine how it tastes. Strohl and I cleaned up the kitchen. Time really flew. Yay!
I say, we
Ahoy, break time chums. There's something up ahead, so we'll be stopping there.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The gauntlet runner comes to a stop at its base.
Here we are. Shall we get a closer look? Oh. Okay, ez gyönyörű. Oh wow, it's so pretty. It's not just the leaves. It's as though the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country whose color shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future, and how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of a desert? I'm not sure if this explains it, but I am sensing an incredible amount of magla in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, no sir, but a magical organism that feeds off of magla. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Neuras pulled a sheet of paper and a brush from his pocket and began to draw the landscape in front of him.
Hey.
Wow, Neuras, how did you get so good at drawing? Valahogyan meg kell terveznie a kis járműveit. Ah, my boy, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it, I'm finished here. Take it as a keepsake. Oh. You're sure I can have this?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I've already committed it all to the safety of my mind. Ha! I have no need for the sketch itself anymore. Okay. I received Neuras's research picture. The drawing is intricately detailed and could accurately convey the full majesty of this place to a viewer who has never been here.
Hey there!
Hey, why didn't we give that to Maria? I bet she'd love to see something from our journey and we could tell her a story about this place. The next time we're in Grantrad, I should give this drawing to Maria.
Huh?
Huh, a magical organism in the form of a tree, say, aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely! Gallica is a most precious treasure as well. Awesome. I've been observing her very closely, which is giving me great insight into my own research into flight.
Huh?
What? You've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you asking, so knock it off.
However,
turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what manner of anomaly's current color portends. Hát az alapján nem lennék bizakodó. We took a brief detour, but I feel seeing that rare sight has broadened my wisdom. Ráadásul 4 pontot kaptunk érte. A Super simán sztori események is növelik a statjainkat.
The gauntlet runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a gauntlet runner. The party, secure in their gauntlet runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
Okay. By ridding myself of unwanted waste, I feel that I've gained something new. Protagonist lacks increased. Igen, erről tudtam. Erről a kis feature-ről tudtam. Ezt bevallom őszintén. Szóval... Könyv, konyha... Folytassuk az olvasást. The bookshelf is lined with interesting books. The books I could read are...
What's that?
He stared up at the heavens. There, a sparkle in the azure firmament caught his eye. The moon? At midday? No. Despite its cold, stony glow, this was no moon, nor star. There were those who said it was the corpse of an ancient, indomitable dragon. Others said it was a pavilion in the sky erected by Empyrean beings.
Oh, yeah?
So he sees a strange light shining in the sky. The way it's written, I feel like this light is meant to be the key to the new world or something. What do you think the light is? The remains of a dragon or a pavilion built by Empyrean beings?
Right.
The dragon remains sounds good, I think. But it would be an enormous dragon to be visible from the ground, right? I feel like any world with a dragon that big wouldn't last very long. Egy békés sárkány volt. It didn't satisfy Gallica, but I still feel considering the possibilities has improved my imagination.
All right.
Oh. I knew this new world is just fictional, but I'd want to visit if it were a real place. Lemaradtunk egy ponttal.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Whoa!
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh wow! I missed all this green!
Why is it so bumpy?
Aww.
That'd be the change in terrain, lad. See, got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
A cannonade.
Ó, szárazföldi kalózok.
My star is rising!
Sanctism will reign!
Csak simán elsétálhatunk mellettük.
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Godot, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Ja, nehéz lenne elfelejteni őket. Bár a nevükre nem emlékeztem, ezt bevallom.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
It doesn't seem like they're trying to land a fatal shot, just aiming to break the opposing side's gauntlet runner.
stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
Good.
So it is a clash to halt each other's advance. Damn fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Yeah, hagyjuk őket.
Look, over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Godot's firepower.
Our plan hinges on winning Luis's favor. Can we afford to abandon Gladel if he's one of Luis's supporters? Igen.
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
Igen. Én nem akarok közbeavatkozni.
How about we see how it plays out?
No, I think we should step in on Gladel's side. I know, I don't like it either, but if we want Luis's favor, this might be the strategic play we need.
Fine.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gladel's aid.
Fine.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our leg.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us?
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help! Withdraw, Gladel! Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces? Well, sorry, can't get into it now.
Túl hosszú a sztori.
That gauntlet runner. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral! Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time!
Nem mondanám, hogy destroyed.
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Godot and his monks have boarded the deck. Looks like he knows the magic won't shield us. He's aiming to kill us there now. Ó, és mi nem tudunk visszatámadni, mert őt viszont védi a mágia, nem?
Dare interfere in my fight. Know your place. Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names. Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, old egg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Yep.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren! Put the fear of God into these impious commoners!
És mi a terv? Ha le is győzzük ezt a másik kettőt, tudja, hogy őt magát nem támadhatjuk.
Don't forget about the
Seriously? Hát nem se vesztünk sokat. Mondjuk csak 17-es szintű. Oh, resist. Shoot.
What could you hope to achieve?
This is God!
Only a flesh wound.
Here they come.
He knows we can't attack him. He's toying with us.
Igen.
Witness me, brethren! We can do this.
Akkor elementális ellen valószínűleg az összes elementális ellen.
Not now.
Oh, ez ellen weak. Nagyon jó.
What could you hope to achieve?
For fuck's sake.
Brace yourselves!
Here.
Thank you. I stand.
I see you.
I shall vanquish evil.
They die hard.
I'm counting on you.
Observe the.
Innen is vissza fogja healelni magát, szó.
More resilient than I expected. I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now, feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh.
Aha.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brother.
Take this.
Sanctism will reign. Don't underestimate me. Warrior! I'll cut you down!
Right on target.
Cleaned. Nice.
Royal soul with healing power.
I'm obliged.
Helpful as ever.
Is everyone all right?
I see you.
Close your eyes.
Right in their weak spot.
To go to this side. This can't be.
Oh.
Know your place.
Won't hold back.
Shoot.
Peasants!
Roar.
To him,
Sanctism
I
is
return.
supreme!
Sanctism will reign!
Oh, please.
Take this!
Oh, you've done it.
Badly wounded. Can anyone heal him?
Ahogy te egy másfajta monk vagy.
Not this one.
Take this.
Strohl can't take any more.
Not out of this yet.
Someone.
Behold my
We're not out of
power!
this yet.
Twas needed.
My thanks.
Sanctism will reign!
Whoa.
Can anyone heal
Sanctism
him?
will reign!
Is that all? Strohl!
Okay.
Someone get him back on his feet!
Just the thing.
I live to
Witness
see another
me,
day.
brethren!
Here.
That helped.
Thank you.
Charge! Sanctism will reign!
Oh, you've done
Badly
it.
wounded. Can anyone heal
Sanctism
him?
will reign!
Miért utáljátok ennyire Strahlt?
Come forth, royal soul. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Here.
I live to see another day.
Oh, Hulkenberggel hátraállhattam volna a hátsó sorba. Oh well.
Sanctism will reign!
Na, így is ér. Resist, okay.
Twas needed.
Helpful as ever.
I stand to the rear guard. Knight. No.
Arra vagyok kíváncsi, hogy Dark Magic. Na, azt nem reziszteli, legalább.
Sanctism will reign!
This is nothing.
Sanctism will reign!
Whoops.
Here they come.
Get her back up!
Where it ends.
Nem állunk jól.
Let's try this.
My spirit is
Behold my power!
With healing power.
I'm obliged.
My thanks.
Resistance is futile! Sanctism will reign!
Is that all? Only a flesh wound.
Sanctism will reign! Don't underestimate me!
Come! I stand waiting.
I shall fight as... Are you prepared? Not now.
Know your
I won't hold back!
peasants!
Twas needed.
Helpful as ever.
Sanctism will reign!
Is that all?
Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's badly
Brace
hurt!
yourselves!
Someone heal her!
Let justice prevail.
Hulkenberg's
Now,
in
I
bad
shall
shape.
vanquish
He needs
evil.
help.
Try not to worry.
Thank you.
Hulkenberg's
The freedom
guard
of a
is down.
wanderer. Seeker! Lightning!
Nem.
Take this!
Only a flesh
Oh,
wound.
wow.
Hulkenberg's
still
badly
stand.
hurt.
Ez a crit ez nem volt jó.
So easily.
Hulkenberg's down! Get her back up!
Sanctism will reign! Delay
Jó, szép dodge.
Hulkenberg's down! Someone help her get back in the fight!
This should work.
My spirit is
The freedom of a wanderer. Seeker! We can do this!
I'm obliged.
I owe you.
Sanctism is supreme! Sanctism will reign! Your tenacious...
Szép dodge.
Oh, please.
Damn it!
Oké, ez így elmegy.
Knight! Not now. Behold! We stand together! Not this skill. For all that we strive for!
Warrior! Witness
go.
me, brethren!
Win!
Charge! Sanctism will reign!
Nothing. Only a flesh wound.
Take this!
Hulkenberg's
Don't
badly hurt.
underestimate me!
Someone heal her!
With blade in hand! Just the thing.
I shall... Are you prepared?
Tudom, hogy rezisztel ide. Oh, crit, nice.
Peasants!
Scour!
De ez a sebzés is több, mint a semmi.
Let's go! Sanctism will reign! Sanctism will reign! Damn it!
Hulkenberg's guard is down!
I shall vanquish evil.
Witness me, brethren!
Roar! Still here?
Damn you!
Captain, they've got your defenses down!
Let justice prevail!
Resistance is futile! Take this!
This is nothing. Is that all?
Sanctism will reign!
Die hard.
Captain,
The
they've got
forth,
your
royal
defenses
soul.
down!
Thank you.
My thanks.
Into the fray! I shall be as a shield.
Charge! Sanctism will reign!
Nem.
Sanctism will reign! Here they come.
Are you prepared? Are you well?
Thanks. I won't hold back! Lightning! Still up?
Damn you!
To safer ground! Oh, power of heroes!
Resistance is futile! Sanctism will reign!
Ezt így Hulkenberg nem fogja túlélni.
Take this!
Someone heal her!
Yep.
Hulkenberg's down! Get her back up!
Oops. Rossz gomb.
Let's try this.
My spirit is
Behold
Seeker.
my power!
Roar!
Oké.
So, The faithful are broken before you. Yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Így van.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him!
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism. Now, are you prepared for the end?
Remélem az egyik hidden feature az, hogy a fémlap, ami most áll, az igazából egy katapult, és csak így elhetjük a fenébe.
Ha! I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
Okay.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint.
Hát... he took the hint.
Hey! Get down here!
Doggo. Oh!
What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling. Are you hurt? Of course I'm not hurt. Look, what are you after?
Én azt hittem, a Csatát kérdezzük, mert tudjuk, hogy Glodell nem lehet így megtámadni.
Why, Glodell? Surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Aww.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Ó, zöldeskék is van a hajában. A cutscene-ben csak a rózsaszínt láttam, de ez hatalmas mennyiségű haj.
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. Consider me chastened and shooed. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
You surprised me out there, love. You bested Godot.
Hát ezt nem mondanám.
So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Oh, I'm a pretty face.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain yourselves.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nidia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Aye, but that's... oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore.
Téged a Gauntlet Runner jobban érdekel, mint a Csajni. Hopp.
I'd know those suspensions anywhere. You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juno, the kingdom's greatest singer, the dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck? Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of Scroop, I suppose it falls to me.
Kérlek, képviseld a csapatot.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
Hey, up there!
An airborne Gauntlet Runner. He's actually finished it.
Luis.
My lord, Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladel got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Sanctist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe at least.
Hú, nem erre a hangra számítottam a karaktertől. Oké.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug, and I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess.
Yeah.
I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
Take a wild guess.
I'm just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Ki akarom nyírni.
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely, okay?
Aha. To help save the prince, az biztos, hogy nem fogjuk neki elárulni. Bár lehet, hogy az átokból tudja. Az, hogy neki segítsünk, az végül is jó lehet.
I want to help you, Count Luis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Oops.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Luis.
Meglepően jól hazudsz.
You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
Okay.
See you, loves.
Bye.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector!
Hector!
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then, that could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Gladel. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Heisme, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
As the chirping birds return to their nests and the darkness claims its dominion, the gauntlet runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beings of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the gauntlet runner.
Oh, damn it, blast!
Did you hear that?
Nehéz volt nem meghallani.
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
What say we go check on him? Hey! Neuras, you okay?
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't sound like nothing.
Ah, no hiding it from you, is there? No, it's just the old runner. She runs like a dream, you see, but...
But?
I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic?
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort, but somehow that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sprocklet, there was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are. That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning.
Kedves PlayStation, chill out.
After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had.
Oh.
The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay. So where's this guy's hometown?
Megmegyünk és meggyilkoljuk, hogy nőre szélehessen a relik? Mi a tervkalika?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martirába. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
How convenient. Maybe I should look into Camiro when we get to Martirába.
This one's important.
Okay, quest. Heroes Incense-jára érte, úgyhogy... We left Neuras, who dissolved into doom and gloom again, and headed towards our narrow sleeping quarters in the Gauntlet Runner.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
So we'll arrive in Martirába this evening then. Good. So we'll be liberated from this blasted shaking. Liberated? I do believe I take offense to that. The fairy girl's right, you know. A carriage could never keep up this pace. Some gratitude would be appreciated. Apologies. I am grateful, it's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. That, and I pray we can avoid further hindrances like yesterday's.
Isn't that...
Once we arrive in town, we're supposed to meet with Pardon, right? I'm sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting. Okay.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martirába. where their client Barden awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Igen, nincsenek túl sokan.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
Ah, you're here. I've been hoping you'd show up soon.
I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased.
Hogy
Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament?
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne.
Ez így van.
Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates' gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's ally suffered the worst of it.
Well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them, I mean. Some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
Luis is nothing but a tyrant.
Yes. Such atrocities in his name. Unforgivable.
Hulkenberg, ezt inkább hagyd ránk, létszi.
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Hát, ennyi után nem csodálom.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to it. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
Ah, you've a local delicacy. It would be a welcome treat.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out.
If you say so.
Might well fix the bally waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone. This way.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Ez egy... Ugye ez egy nem sült óriás hernyó.
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. It's Martira's culinary speciality.
Nope, nope, nope.
Cooked to a delicate finish, just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
No.
Oh good. Larval innards.
Tis a unique texture, to be sure, but the taste is divine. Exquisite.
Megeheted az én adagomat is.
You're completely serious, aren't you?
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
Nope.
It looks great.
Come now, they're offering us fine hospitality. It is only right that we graciously savor it.
Yes, absolutely right. I'll be cheering you on. And, I'll see to the funeral plans.
I've barely bitten into this thing and already I felt a spray of something. But as for the taste, it's not that bad.
Are you actually enjoying that?
Nope.
How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit. But it's harmless, I assure you.
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but... to business. Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All told, we're looking at 15 children now unaccounted for.
Oh, nem vicceltél, hogy nagyon sokáig senki nem fogadta el ezt a bountyt.
And you think this Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the sandworm's territory, yes?
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for us.
So, is Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Martira.
Nem igazán. A giant sandworm nest in the wasteland, reputed to be the hideout of Heismay the Kidnapper. The area is subject to a unique weather phenomenon known as sand flash. Oh.
I
Rival Gauntlet Runner.
It's a campground.
Sands Camp. Ezt pedig itt még nem tudjuk. Okay.
Here's where we are now.
Yep.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how we can even survive out there.
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
Let's work together to save this town.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you.
Oh boy.
Now this is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails. You'll find this tastes as sweet as any dessert. Together, I'm sure we can find a way to the stronghold without falling prey to those worms. Now, please, dig in.
Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, 'tis succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wilds, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honourable Lady Joanna tomorrow. Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they aren't here calling a free meal out of us, that is.
Now, let's go.
It's been a while.
It's been forever since I've had such a spacious bed.
Exactly.
We are going to meet the lady of the town first thing in the morning, so get your beauty sleep, okay? Okay. Oh, informant, Kapásból. Hello. Oh, don't mind me. I only just arrived here just now, so it's not like I overheard that conversation you just had with Barton. And even if I did hear anything, it's not like I'd tell anybody. I never would made it as a professional informant if I didn't know how to handle sensitive information. That's right. If there's anything you want to know about this city, simply ask me. You can always find me here. Akkor majd egy máskor gondolom. Hello!
Pleasure to see you.
As requested by Barton, the entire tavern has been reserved for your party's private use today. Oh! I had to kick out a house full of drunkards for this, so I hope you're all worth it. Still, it was nice of you to come all this way, traveler. Please, make yourselves comfortable. The beds are in the back, past the door next to the desk. Okay. Van valahol Beetle. Guest room. All the cuisine here was delicious to the last meal. Martira is a fine city indeed, which makes this Heismay's offenses all the more telling. If all we've heard is true, hunting them will be a trial indeed. To be expelled from the order is one thing, but to be wholly stripped of his knighthood, I would not be surprised if the man's given into despair. Yep.
Got a moment?
Okay, we should call it a night. Alright. És az epizódot is itt hagyjuk abba, az audienciát majd a következő alkalommal nézzük végig, és remélhetőleg már több harc is lesz. Egy picit, ebben most elég sok volt a story moment, de azért remélem tetszett. Köszönöm, hogy velem tartottatok, és találkozzunk legközelebb. Sziasztok!